Okay, kids, so today you're going to start drawing your emojis, and I just wanted to share a little bit of information about emojis because they're a huge part of our everyday lives, whether it's on our computers, our phones, whatever. Um, Emoji is a Japanese word, and the E stands for picture. Moji stands for character, so it's a picture character. That should make sense to you. They were first developed in 1988. So, from what we can find out from research, these were some of the first emojis that were used. And you can see they're very pixelated because at the time our technology did not have like HD or a lot of tiny pixels on screens. So it's a lot almost like Minecraft characters. So, fast forward about 10 years, and this guy, Shigetaka Kurita, developed the first modern emojis as we see them today. Now, they've been changed over the years, and they're a little more refined and prettier, but this is when they really started being used on mobile applications like phones for a company called NTT. And they are still around. They develop different software for mobile applications and used to communicate information in a very simple way. And they started being used in the United States more and more and much more popular in the 2010s. Okay? So, and I've loaded a bunch of examples of modern emojis onto your Google Classroom, and they look like this. Okay, and there's a couple different docs on there that have emojis on them. So when you go to start drawing your emojis, the thing you need to worry about first is scale and size. Okay, so I'm going to do two emojis here in these circles. I'm going to do one the right way, I'm going to do one the wrong way. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to draw an unhappy emoji, okay? So there I drew a kind of unhappy, sad emoji, right? Over here, I'm going to draw the same one, but a different way. Now, one of these is right, one of these is wrong. The one that is incorrect is this one, okay? Because of the size that we are doing this project, everything gets blown up bigger. So we have to draw the outline of everything. So this will get filled in later, okay? But we have to draw the outline of the mouth. It's not just a line, okay? And the eyes should be kind of what we call proportionate to the size of the emoji. So these will get filled in too. All right. So I'm going to also show you something else. Over here I have two circles, one's in front of the other. Okay, so as you go to do your emojis, you don't want to try and squish the emoji's face into the part that you can see. Okay? That's not how perspective works. Basically, anything in this emoji in the back that is hidden behind the one in the front, you're not going to draw it. So it should look like it's kind of hiding behind the other emoji. Okay? So don't smush things to be able to see the entire face. Part of it is hidden, then you don't have to draw it. Okay? Now, I'm going to flip over to my front one. Obviously, these two are going to be our largest emojis, but for now, I'm going to work with one right in the middle, just because it's easier for you guys to see. And I'm going to do one that I might need to mess around with the outline of the circle. So I think that I am going to do this sleepy emoji, okay? That guy right there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the face, remembering that I should keep the size correct. And again, they're emojis. They're simple to draw. These are just lines that are tied together to create shapes. Okay, just do your best. Okay. Now, got his face pretty good. Now I have to do the little Z's for his sleepy. All right, so when I make letters, I like to write them first, super light, so that I can get the sizing right. And then I go back and I outline them. All right, so now I've got my Z's on there. He's looking sleepy. The problem is now we have all these extra lines that are kind of behind the Z's that we got to take care of. So you're going to have to get in there and erase stuff. And this goes for any emoji that you have to add things on the outside to. Okay. And again, we will be using color later. And then you can just kind of fix it up. And there you have it. So just remember that if you're drawing something that is part of your emoji that is in front of another circle, you're going to probably have to erase parts of it. And I'm going to do one more on camera here. I'm going to try one that's a little more difficult, because why not? All right, I'm going to try the puking emoji. Now, he's a little bit cut off. Remember, you can use Google on your Chromebook to try and find these emojis as well. Okay, so I'm going to put my puking emoji in this section right here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what's hidden behind this one in the front. And I'm not going to draw that part. So I can see that his eyes look kind of like this. Now, we can't see the other part of his eye because it's behind that emoji. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, he's got some eyebrows that look like this. Okay, they're not perfect, but good enough for me. And then he's got this big open oval mouth, but we can't see all of it. So I'm just going to have it like that. And then there's all this puke coming out. So I'm going to draw that as best as I can. Okay, it's just some wiggly, wavy lines. And then get rid of what I don't need anymore. And touch it up. Now, remember, kids, you don't have to do the same ones I'm doing. I'm just showing you how to do it. If you'd like to do these anywhere you want, that's fine. Okay? Now, chances are these giant emojis, you're probably not going to see all or any of their mouths because of the way they are positioned off the paper. Keep that in mind. Draw lightly in case you don't like something. It'll be easier to erase. You can get started.